InsideThunder.com. Powered by Wheeler Whitlock Insurance.
Hi, I'm Randy Renner at Chesapeake Energy Arena, and what a night it was for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They struggled a little bit early against the Portland Trail Blazers, but after falling behind 22-16, the Thunder went on a 42-10 run and just obliterated the Trail Blazers. Thunder played about as good as they can play at both ends of the floor. They shot 59% and held Portland to just 34.1%. It was a big night really for everybody. Kevin Durant had 20 points. Russell Westbrook had 17. He had a triple-double, 17 points, 16 assists, 10 rebounds. He came within one rebound, and he almost got it. It came off his fingertips of having the fastest triple-double in NBA history, but he still got his 12th tonight. Thunder are 12-0 when he does that this season. Enes Kanter had a big night. He had 26 points, so it was a big night for a change for the Thunder. It looked like they did pretty much everything right. Here's what Billy Donovan had to say, plus Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook.
Well, I think I said, before the game that I feel like we'd made some progress coming out of the All-Star break, even though maybe we hadn't gotten some of the results that we wanted. Just with the level of teams we've had to play, I think, obviously playing the Clippers and Golden State in a back-to-back, and then obviously playing Minnesota and San Antonio back-to-back. We've played some high-level teams, and I think we've gotten better. Tonight I thought we really, really played well. I think it was 2 games in a row, 3 games here defensively where I think we continue to get better. I thought offensively we shot the ball better than we had the last 2 games. Thought we were really unselfish with the ball tonight. A big key was we had our turnovers down. Certainly that's been a problem the last couple games. So, again, I think these guys continue to work and try to get better and trying to stretch themselves and continue to get better and improve. And I thought, tonight they really put, I thought, a complete game together on both ends of the floor.
Would you say, Billy, that you guys needed this in a sense of it kind of proved to yourselves that your good is still very, very good?
Yeah, I don't know, Royce. I don't really look at it that way. I don't think the guys do either. I think Barry asked me beforehand, is there frustration? I think when you gotta look at the level of opponent that you're playing, the schedule, how challenging it's been. And I'm not making excuses. I'm saying that's been good for us. I've said that from day one. The adversity is good because it's shining lights on things that we have to get better at. And there's been games where we've been able to turn the ball over a lot and still find a way to win. There's been some games where we haven't rebounded the ball well and we found a way to win. There's been times we've allowed teams to get right back in the game from the three-point line. We found a way to win. But now some of these teams coming out of the All-Star break, we can't get by on that. And I don't know obviously with as hard as these guys work, you always want the result of winning. But I also think we can't lose sight of the big picture for our guys continuing to move and get better as a group. Because I think even though we haven't had the results we needed, I still felt like we were playing pretty good basketball. Like I thought the game against San Antonio, where we really struggled against Minnesota, to come back on a back-to-back and really play the way they did and have some possessions where a couple offensive rebounds, Danny Green's 3, there was some plays there that the lead went for like 6 or 8, and we could never really – that was better than having 3, 4, 5 minutes or a quarter, where we were able to perform. So I'm seeing some growth. I think I said that beforehand. But I'm happy for these guys because they put a lot of time in trying to get better and improve.
What was the difference in your mind on the turnovers? You only had 6 through the first 3 quarters, and I think Russ and Kevin had 23 assists and only 2 turns. Yeah,
I think just, those 2 guys have got the ball in their hands a lot. Those 2 guys are really care. They work hard, and I think certainly with some of the turnovers that we've had, those guys take that personal. They take responsibility, and they want to do a better job taking care of the basketball. And I think they were more mindful of that. And I think both guys did a really good job. I think Russell, tonight, you look at his efficiency. He's really efficient tonight. All the way around. Kevin, just his passing and the way he got people's shots, and the fact that he had 7 assists and he didn't turn the ball over. Really, at only 2 turnovers. So to me, that's growth. Those guys getting better. Again, those guys got the ball a lot, and certainly some of the turnovers have been there's been a lot of them, but they did a really good job. Now, can we do it again? Can we come back and do it again? Going on the road here for a few. Can we keep building? Can we keep moving in that direction to get better as a team and really try to be the best version of ourselves?
Seemed like guys were productively yelling at each other on defensive missed assignments. You're up 30, and people are still mad at each other about stuff. I mean, was that good to see that just kind of focus?
Yeah, I think the one thing I've tried to get across to these guys, Anthony, more so than anything else, is the score. The scoreboard doesn't necessarily dictate what you can and can't do or should or shouldn't do. Like, we've all got jobs, roles, and responsibilities to take care of. So to me, it's always about building habits. So can you play without worrying about what the score is and play at a very, very high level and try to hold each other accountable to play that standard? And I, give that group coming in, at the end there, those guys did a really good job playing together on offense and playing together defensively. I mean, outside the fouling maybe a little bit in that third quarter, I thought we fouled too much. For the most part, we did a really nice job. We rebounded the ball well. We gave up some offensive rebounds to start the third quarter, but for the most part, the field goal percentage, there's going to be some up there. But I just thought overall, on both ends of the floor, we did a good job tonight.
You put Cam in the first quarter, kind of gave him his more extended minutes than he's had lately. What was the reasoning behind that?
Well, I think one is that their rotation, playing Crabbe and Lillard and McCollum together some. Thought Cam could be a good matchup for Cam. Wanted to give him an opportunity. I do think the other thing too is with some of the turnovers that we've had, do we need another ball handler out there to help, a little bit to see what that looked like? With Dion being out, it took away another ball handler, so he got an opportunity. But we got a chance to really play everybody. Even in that first, outside of Nick, everybody in that first half got an opportunity that was available outside of he and Nazi. And I thought Amo came in. He hasn't shot the ball great, but he made some shots today. I give him credit. He's been in the gym working, and he came back and responded. Cam hasn't played a lot, but he came out and did a nice job. So I think the whole group's working and trying to get better.
Barry Tram with the Oklahoman. Billy, the turnovers, Durant and Westbrook had been. A lot of them look just carelessness. Mm-hmm. Did anything happen in the last 2 days with those guys to sort of bear down and say, hey, we got to stop this?
I mean, we've tried to to shine a light on it. But listen, those guys have been around a long time. They're competitive guys. They're professional. They care a lot about the way they perform and go out and do their job. And I think both guys probably knew this is something we got to cut down on. And they probably made a point of it that they're going to take care of the basketball. And I thought both of them were really, really sharp. I mean, I thought both of them were really, really efficient tonight. Really from start to finish. And I thought Kevin had an opportunity to shoot the ball a lot more tonight, and he did. And I thought his unselfishness tonight was great. I thought Russell got guys shots. And, I think you look at earlier, that just both of those guys' assist-turnover ratio tonight, that's a good thing. And I said this before with both of them. Sometimes the turnovers come from a good place, and sometimes they come from a careless place. We got to eliminate the ones that are careless and keep the ones that come from a good place. And I really believe those two guys, as great as they are offensively, they've always been willing passers and want to play the right way and play unselfishly.
With the way that Anthony and Randy shot tonight, do you feel like that was something that was a long time coming, or how do you feel about the way that they performed? Well,
I thought one is we got a great boost, from Ennis off the bench. He played terrific. His post and rebounding in the first half was tremendous. I think Randy and Anthony obviously haven't had great shooting nights the last couple games. But I believe as a coach, when it comes to shooting, you got to instill confidence. And, I told Amo I got confidence in him. I got confidence in Randy. He's also taking good shots. So it was good to see those guys bounce back and shoot the ball that they're capable of.
What was the bench like when Dion joined the bench, and when was that in the game that he joined the bench?
I was behind him, several yards. It was coming out of half that I recognized he was there. So I don't know if he got a chance to get into the locker room before the guys came onto the court. I'm not sure of that. But when I was walking to come back out the second half, he was walking down the hallway and I saw him.
You ever seen a stat line like that? I mean, I don't think anybody's done that.
Yeah, I've seen it before from Russell Westbrook. Yeah, but I think he's more concerned with how we played. We played a great first half, and triple-double was definitely looked great on the stat sheet. Everybody loves him. But as our point guard, I'm sure he was just worried about how we were playing, and we had a great groove going on. And, we got cruised on to a great win. So we needed this win. This team has been playing well. Portland's been playing well. And to come out here and get a nice win where we could sit in the fourth quarter was cool.
Kevin, Billy said he thought you had taken it personal, but what the
turnovers and the sloppy play in recent games. Is that sort of the way you took it, and make a determination to cut that stuff out? Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't call it sloppy. I mean, turning the ball over, it's not like I'm just, running down and the ball dribbling off my foot, or, I'm just, throwing it out of bounds. I mean, it's trying to make the right play. But I had to realize sometimes I'm trying to force the pass instead of being aggressive, be who I am. So I just try to just think the game a little differently. If the shot is there, shoot it. If it's not, pass it. Just try to make it as simple as possible. But I wouldn't call it sloppy. It's just, I really, there's no good turnovers, but when you're trying to make the right play and trying to get everybody involved, it's a little better than, a sloppy turnover. So I just try to, play patient, play simple, and last few games has been pretty cool for me. Russell's 16 assists, no turnovers. You got to be pretty pleased with a game with that kind of efficiency.
Great game by our team. I thought we did a great job coming out, competing at a high level, man. Good win for us.
How did you guys, turnovers have been a problem several games in a row. How did you guys limit them tonight?
You move on to the next game, man. This game, got to enjoy the moment. Just enjoy the process. Come out and play at a high level. I got to do it every night, and that's it.
Russ, what do you think of the play of some of your role players? Cameron Payne that came in, Amo that haven't had as many minutes.
They did a good job, man. Just taking their shots were open. I think they did a good job of coming in and playing with the right mindset, and it showed tonight.
Was it you or Katie that taught us the Euro step?
Probably me. I use it a lot more.
Russ, they had, I think, 22 points in the first 6 minutes. They only scored 8 for the next 12 minutes after that. What changed for you all defensively in that first half?
Just locking in defensively. We came out a little slow, kind of trading baskets back and forth, and we had to eventually lock down, and I thought we did a good job of that.
Russ, what was it like having Dion Waiters back on the bench tonight for you?
I mean, it's good just to get him back, and knowing that he's all right, doing better. Obviously, with the tragic thing that happened in his family, but he's back now, and try to get him back into the groove of things.
What do you guys hope to accomplish on a 3-game road trip like this coming up?
Take one game at a time. That's all we can do. Just enjoy the process. Take one game at a time, and that's it.
A happy locker room for the Thunder. You saw Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, and the head coach Billy Donovan. Thunder beat the Blazers 128-94 on Monday night. They're not going to practice tomorrow. They will fly to the East Coast. 3-game road trip coming up while this facility here starts to get ready for the NCAA basketball tournament, which will be here in this building at the end of the week and then into the weekend. We'll keep you updated on the Thunder, so keep it here at InsideThunder.com.